In a small suburban town, 12-year-old Lucas was like any other kid his age. He loved playing video games, especially Minecraft. He spent hours crafting elaborate castles and exploring pixelated landscapes with his friends online. But lately, something had changed. A creeping sense of unease had settled in, and it all started with a peculiar encounter in the game. One evening, while exploring a particularly vast cave system, Lucas stumbled upon a hidden chamber. As he entered, he was met with an unusual sight: a single creeper pulsating softly in the darkness. Unlike the usual green, pixelated monster, this creeper glowed with an eerie light that danced across the walls. Curious and a bit reckless, Lucas approached it. "Are you lost?" he joked. But the creeper remained still, its eyes glinting with a strange intensity. Suddenly, it exploded in a blinding flash, the screen going dark for a brief moment. "Whoa!" Lucas exclaimed, his heart racing, but when he reloaded the game, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The creeper's glow lingered in his mind, casting a shadow over his usual excitement for the game. That night, as Lucas drifted off to sleep, he thought about the creeper and the strange encounter. Little did he know, the monster wasn't finished with him yet. In his dreams, Lucas found himself in a pixelated version of his own bedroom, but everything felt warped and wrong. The colors were dimmed, the textures jagged, and the air was thick with an oppressive silence. He wandered through the dreamscape, calling out for his friends, but only silence answered him. Suddenly he heard a faint hissing sound, a sound he had come to dread in his Minecraft adventures. Lucas turned around, and there it was, the creeper from the cave, its eyes glowing with the same unsettling light. The creature floated toward him, its pixelated form flickering in and out of existence. "Lucas," it whispered, the voice echoing around him, a chilling mix of static and distortion. "You shouldn't have come here." Panic surged through him as he ran, but the dream world shifted and morphed, turning into a maze of blocky walls and impossible passages. No matter how fast he ran, the creeper was always just behind him, its hissing growing louder, more insistent. "Why are you doing this?" Lucas shouted, but the creeper only laughed, a sound that sent chills racing down his spine. The sound echoed in the dreamscape, warping into a cacophony of mocking laughter, reverberating off the walls and filling the air with dread. "Because you summoned me," the creeper hissed, its glowing eyes narrowing. "You brought me into your world, and now you belong to mine." Desperation clawed at Lucas as he turned a corner, hoping to find a way out. But the environment shifted again, walls closing in around him. He could feel the presence of the creeper growing stronger, its energy wrapping around him like a suffocating fog. The dreamscape morphed into a twisted version of his favorite Minecraft biome. The forests were dark, the trees twisted and gnarled, and the ground was littered with the remnants of his past adventures. "Let me go!" Lucas screamed, but the words felt weak and futile. The creeper's laughter echoed once more, and Lucas felt the ground beneath him tremble. "Once you enter my realm, there is no escape," it taunted, drawing closer, the glowing light intensifying until it became blinding. Lucas felt a cold wave of despair wash over him. He had thought he could conquer the game, that he could play without consequence, but now the reality of his situation crashed over him like a tidal wave. He was trapped, lost in this digital nightmare, with the creeper as his eternal warden. As the light enveloped him, Lucas felt his body growing lighter, almost weightless. "No!" he cried out, but the sound was swallowed by the all-consuming brightness. He felt himself being pulled apart, pixel by pixel, as the creeper's malevolent laughter echoed in his ears. In a final, desperate push, he tried to wake himself up, to break free from the grip of the dream. But it was too late. The light consumed him completely, and with a deafening silence, he was gone. The next day, Lucas's parents found his room exactly as he had left it, his gaming console still on, the screen displaying the main menu of Minecraft. They called for him, but there was no answer. Days turned into weeks, and Lucas never returned. In the quiet confines of his room, the game continued to run, the pixelated world waiting patiently for its next player. And somewhere deep in that digital realm, the creeper floated silently, its glowing eyes scanning the darkness for the next curious soul, ready to welcome into its nightmarish embrace. Weeks passed, and Lucas's disappearance became a mystery that lingered in the neighborhood. Search parties combed through the nearby woods, and friends held vigils, but no one could find a trace of the boy. His parents were left with unanswered questions and a growing sense of despair, unable to comprehend how a child could simply vanish without a word. As time marched on, the world outside Lucas's room continued without him. The vibrant sounds of laughter and chatter faded, replaced by a hollow silence that echoed through the empty house. The door to his once bustling sanctuary remained closed, a muted monument to the life that had been. Eventually, Lucas's parents made the difficult decision to clear out his belongings. They packed away his toys, clothes, and books, but the gaming console and the game that had started it all, the well-worn copy of Minecraft, sat untouched. It became a relic of the past, a painful reminder of everything they had lost. One day they decided to take the console and the game to a local second-hand store, hoping that someone else might enjoy it, that it might bring joy to a different child. The shopkeeper placed the game on a shelf alongside other forgotten treasures, the cover faded and dust gathering in its corners. As the months rolled by, the game sat there, collecting dust, its eerie glow a silent testament to the horrors that lay within. The shop was filled with the laughter of children and the chatter of parents, yet the game remained undisturbed. No one dared to pick it up, as if some unseen force warned them against it. And so, the game sat on the shelf, waiting for the next curious soul to wander in, unaware of the darkness that lingered just beneath the surface. The creeper, still pulsating with the same sinister glow, awaited its moment, ready to ensnare another player in a world of nightmares, one unsuspecting dreamer at a time. In the quiet of the store, the shadows deepened, while the echoes of laughter faded, leaving behind only the faintest whispers of a boy who had once loved to play, a boy who would never return. Would you play this game? If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to poprock_gaming.